In this video, I want to teach you 6 proven strategies to stop comparing yourself to others. And be sure to watch to the end for an additional free tool to help you stop this whole comparisonitis thing a little bit faster. Welcome back, boss lady, or if this is your very first time here, hello and welcome. My name is Tara Wagner. I'm a belief breakthrough coach. I have almost 10 years experience helping you overcome your limiting beliefs or things like comparisonitis. First, we blamed Pinterest. Now we blame Instagram, but the truth is, this is human nature and it's a habit that we can overcome. This is gonna take both a little bit of inner work as well as outer work. By inner work, I mean, that deeply personal work that we get to do to understand ourselves, to understand why this is a habit for us, and to change those patterns. And then outer work is just the really practical things that we can actually do to help us stop comparing our success or our progress to other people. As female entrepreneurs, we're especially prone to comparing our progress and our success to other people. But I think as you go through this video, you're really going to be able to shift that pattern and create a new habit around this. The first step to stop comparing yourself to others is to build your self-confidence muscles. And I really want you to think of self-confidence as a muscle. You don't go to the gym, work out one time, and then wonder why you didn't get big and buff. This is something you get to do on a pretty consistent basis. You get to practice this pretty regularly to be able to get stronger in this area. So if this is a struggle for you, stick with it long enough to be able to really see the progress and think of it as a muscle that you're exercising. The more you practice, the more you exercise that muscle, the stronger you get in this area. Some practical ways that you can build these self-confidence muscles are things like celebrating your wins. So every time you do something great, make it a big deal and celebrate it. Be sure that you are focusing on your strengths as well. It's very easy to focus on our weakness, but everybody has weakness. The thing with really successful people is they're not focusing on their weaknesses. They're probably outsourcing their weaknesses so they can focus on their strengths. Also, I would recommend to ask people what it is that you're good at, what it is that your strengths are, what do they value in you. When you can start to see yourself through other people's eyes, you actually start to have more appreciation for yourself and it builds up your confidence. Be sure that you're also focusing on increasing your skill and your experience in whatever area it is that you're working on. Because a lot of times we think that confidence is going to come just from within, but it comes from within when we really have the skills to back it up. I could have all of the false confidence in the world that I can do surgery, but if I have no idea what I'm doing, I'm gonna hurt somebody. So that's not what we're looking for. We're looking to really build skill and build confidence along with that skill. When you see yourself progressing in something, you're gonna naturally build those self-confidence muscles. And then lastly, I want you to make sure that you're surrounding yourself with positive, encouraging people, because it is very challenging to build those muscles when people are actively working against you. If you have those influences in your life, be sure to bring in some positive influences to kind of, outweigh them or outshout them, whatever it might be. And if you don't have this, be sure to join our Facebook group, because we do have a great little community in there that is encouraging and supportive. And if you go in there asking for support, you're going to get it not only from the community, but also from me. Step number 2 is to research. I want you to really research the people that you're comparing yourself to. But here's the kicker. Don't research where they're at now, because that's not fair. I want you to go back to their first YouTube video, their first social media post, no matter how far you have to scroll back. I want you to read their first book. I want you to ask them, maybe you can even interview them to ask them questions about where they were when they got started or what they struggled with. So many times we're comparing our beginning to somebody else's 20 years experience and then thinking, I suck, I'm never gonna be that good. And you're right, you're never gonna be that good if you're not willing to put in 20 years of the work or the practice or the training or the experience that they put into getting to where they are. But if you can compare yourself to where they started, it might give you a lot more encouragement and show you where you could be in 20 years if you do the work that they did. Step number 3 is to get curious, not jealous. A lot of times we will look at what somebody has and think, I want that, instead of asking ourselves the question, I wonder how they created that. How did they get to where they are now. In this day and age, you can do a ton of research and find that out just online. They may have shared that story in podcast interviews or in blog posts. So it's really easy to go back and look through some of those archives. I won't say easy, but it is worth the research because it's fascinating and incredibly helpful to learn from other people's mistakes and successes and their path along that journey. But also you can just ask them. You may want to ask to interview them, especially if you have a platform like your own podcast where you can do that interview, or just offer to pay for a mentoring session with them and then come prepared to ask them some really juicy questions. Step number 4 is to look deeper. Really look beneath the surface of the image that they're portraying. Sometimes the grass is greener on the other side because they're taking better care of it. But as my mom likes to say, sometimes the grass is greener because it's over the septic tank. In other words, it's being fed by a lot of BS. Drop me a comment below with the word septic tank if you know exactly what I'm talking about. This is probably the step that has served me the best because in this day and age, we are all trying to put our best face forward on social media or in our businesses, and very few of us are actually going to share the real vulnerable story behind it all. We're not all going to share how we're a hot mess. This has helped me a lot because as I was starting to do this work years ago, I started working with some people who were pretty dang successful from the outside, and then started to realize underneath the surface that they were just trying to figure it all out just like the rest of us. And it really allowed me to realize that everybody's a hot mess. Everybody's just trying to figure it out, even if on the outside they have it portrayed really well. The other thing that I realized though, as I did this going beneath the surface with people, is I started to understand that I actually might not want what it is that they have. They may look like they have everything together, but maybe that's at the sacrifice of something that's really important. And so as I do this research and get curious and look beneath the surface to figure out, is this really what I want? Sometimes I'm really able to see, you know what, I'm actually pretty dang happy with what I have right now. Step number 5 is one of the most practical and one of the most important steps you're going to take, and that is to put your blinders on. Putting your blinders on means shutting off the things that are going to distract you from what you're here to do or how you're here to do it, so that you can focus only on the things that are going to feed and encourage and inspire and motivate you to do your very best. Bob Goff put this best when he said, we won't be distracted by comparison if we're captivated by purpose. So what does putting your blinders on actually look like? It looks like unsubscribing, unfollowing, uninstalling maybe certain apps that you know you're spending way too much time on, or maybe outsourcing those tasks that need to be done in your business but are bringing up that comparisonitis. If you need to learn how to stop comparing yourself to other people, it's important that we give ourselves the time and the space to figure that out without constantly being bombarded with the things that we're comparing ourselves to. Remember, you're trying to build those self-confidence muscles. You don't try to give up alcohol while you're holding a mug of beer, right? You don't want to try to stop comparing yourself to other people while you still have all the triggers around you. Give yourself some time and space to have those blinders on just for a little while until you get to the point where you no longer need them, because you're so focused on what you're doing and how you're doing it and the fact that you know that you can, that you're no longer bothered by what other people are doing in their lanes. And then step number 6, when you have those blinders on, when you've created that space, you really need to use some of that space to master your mindset. Because here's the thing, our beliefs are going to influence how we feel and how we think about who we are and what we're capable of doing. So until we gain control of our emotions and our thoughts, and we work on those underlying beliefs that are influencing those things, until we do that, we are always going to be going down that rabbit hole of comparison. It's our job to learn how to be in control of our thoughts and our emotions and our habits. Otherwise, they will be in control of us. So this is one of the most important tips. One of the things you have to be working on, you get to be working on all the time, is really mastering that mindset on an emotional, spiritual, psychological level. To help you master your mindset as a female entrepreneur, I would love to invite you to download a free training I've created called Bottlenecks to Breakthroughs. This is a 15-minute video training that outlines my exact belief breakthrough process, the same process I've been using for almost 10 years to help women overcome their limiting beliefs or things like comparing themselves to other people. It's geared towards female entrepreneurs who know that they are their biggest bottleneck and that the way that they think, the way that they feel is impacting what they're able to do in their life and in their business. So if that sounds like you and this sounds like a tool that would support you, be sure to grab it for free up in the link above my head or in the description below this video. As you're waiting on that, comment below with any strategies you've used to help you stop comparing yourself to others. Then give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you're a female entrepreneur and would like more encouragement like this, or share this with other women needing the same. And then check out these recommended videos for more inspiration and coaching to help you crush your goals, not your soul. Thank you so much, and I will see you next time.